Hey everyone, welcome to EnKore, and today I'm just going to talk about my upcoming tours, so keep watching.
Hey everyone, it's Corin, and you're watching EnKoreMakeup. Blend, blend, blend.
Hi, Corin. Stop using my lipstick.
Hey everyone, welcome back. So as many of you know, my main platform is really about education, and I go globally, really, to educate and stuff, whether it's various trade shows or beauty shows. I mean, just like, I love educating, and here on YouTube, that's what I do. I educate. So we started doing our hands-on workshop certification tour, which is O2B2. That's short for Out of the Beauty Box, and that's been really, really successful. So thank you so much for those of you who've attended in the past, and we have an alumni list now, which is really, really great. And so far so good. The tour is doing great. I did the scheduling this year, and Elisa, aka Purse Buzz, is going to be doing next year's schedule, so that's exciting. And really, the Out of the Beauty Box is hands-on, and as many of you already probably read blogs or like other YouTube videos from our alumni, that you really get the nitty-gritty from the basics all the way to the end of, like, how to apply bridal makeup or airbrushing. We do a lot of tips and techniques that we share. And of course, we have our friends who are brands that's also supporting us with this. So they're really confident that the class is really good. And they're also offering us, our students or our graduates, their pro membership, the required certification and I mean, like, documents and stuff like that. They would take our certification, which is great. Now, of course, Out of the Beauty Box is pro-based. For those of you guys who are pros or aspiring pros or getting into the pro industry, it's definitely a training that's going to help you. And also, of course, getting certified on like bridal makeup or airbrush makeup is definitely an asset, for you guys. Now, how about you guys who are just starting to transition, or consumers that are just avid fans of makeup and enthusiasts of makeup and stuff like that? This year I decided to do a public tour, a seminar. It's a demonar, actually, where I demonstrate in a seminar. And it's called KTalk Live, and that's going to be premiering October 1st. My first city is New York City. Before, in the past, I only do schools and stuff, and of course, it's only available for the student of that particular school, whichever may be. And this year, I decided to make it more of a public tour. So I kick off in New York City October 1st, and for the 2011, if I can remember the cities, 2011 is New York City. I'm doing Honolulu, Hawaii, because nobody goes to Honolulu. I don't know, there's no shows or whatever, that really goes to Hawaii and stuff. So I'm going to be in Honolulu. Honolulu's a 2-dayer. I have Chicago, I have Sacramento, I have Houston. Houston is another place, of course, that a lot of beauty enthusiasts and stuff like that. That's going to benefit from this tour. So I'm going to Houston, and then there are still cities that are pending, like San Diego. I'm still waiting for that. And then for winter of 2012, oh my gosh, there's a lot of cities that I can't remember. I know Miami, Orlando, Philadelphia. Yeah, so the website's probably going to list the cities as we get them, confirmed and stuff. So definitely look into that. Again, it's KTalk Live, and right now I'm only scheduling my neutral class and my colorful class, and then in Hawaii we have a special arrangement, 2 additional classes, and that's going to be available for the general public as well. And it's airbrushing eye looks and airbrushing complexion. So definitely look into those. Now, as far as Out of the Beauty Box as well, definitely look into the seminars, guys, especially pros, because the 2 seminars that we offer are like really really advantageous for you, especially, you know, with Elise's class that's marketing yourself as a makeup artist using social media. There's so much information that she shares. And, you know, I sat down and listened to what she teaches in the class, and I was like, wow, you know, stuff that I really know. You know, I'm not really that big in social media, even though you know, a lot of people think I am. But I learned a lot from her class. And then, of course, my contracts class, guys, it's more than just owning a kit, you know, putting makeup on someone's face, collecting money and stuff. You need to cover yourself, okay? And, you know, most of the time, you know, it costs a lot of money to get a contract done by a, you know, by a lawyer or anything like that. And most of the time, you can't understand what's in the document, in the contract. You know, the class will teach you, you know, in plain English, you know, and direct to the point that you and your client will understand. I looked up a lot of contracts on online, you know, just surfing and whatnot, and most of them just tells you, you know, just like, what is it for? Like, it's for a wedding, and this is how much I'm going to get paid, and this is when we start, and this is how many people I'm just like, it's a receipt. It's not a contract, you know? So there's a fine line between, like, you know, an invoice receipt looking like, you know, something in writing with a signature, than a proper contract wherein, you know, like, you can protect yourself as a makeup artist, the integrity of your business, which is yourself as a makeup artist, and also your client, you know? Things like allergies clauses, for force majeures, very important. Oh gosh, you know, things that you need to include if you're doing airbrushing, just like, what do you need, power and stuff like that. And trust me, I know a lot of makeup artists that's gotten in trouble and lost a lot, you know, including the integrity of their name and their business, you know, because of contract issues and stuff like that. And it's really about protecting yourself and your client. You know, there are certain things that you really need to lay out, you know, as far as that, and also how you can monetize in your services, you know, not just limiting yourself as to, you know, as far as just doing bridal makeup, just like, you know, how you can monetize from traveling, you know, from driving, you know, outside your county, your, you know, your kit fee and stuff like that, and what it's about, you know, just like, what else can you provide in your contract, like your, you know, your touch-up kits and stuff like that. There are certain things that you can include in the contract that, you know, that's going to benefit you at the end of it all, you know, at the end of the gig. So, you know, aside from that, you know, what are, you know, kind of like the clauses that you need to consider as far as payment, deposits, what happens if the check bounced, what happens if, you know, a hurricane rolled in on a weekend, and stuff like that. So all of that we discuss from A to Z. So it's very, very important also for makeup artists that everything's in writing and everything is in plain English and everything is clear. Case in point, I got hired to do airbrush makeup for a bridal in the Pacific Islands, and I specifically said in my contract that, you know, I need good lighting and power for me to operate my airbrush machine. And when we got there, it was one of those huts that's over the ocean that you walk through a plank, you know, kind of like a pier or something, and then, you know, it goes into the hut. There's no electricity in that hut. It was like, you know, it's very ambient. It's candlelit, you know, candles all over and lamps and whatnot. And yeah, it's romantic because you're surrounded by water. You're over the water, but there's no electricity. Now, you know, technically, do I get paid, you know, for not being able to carry on my duties as a makeup artist for that gig? Find out when you take the class. Anyway, so again, KTalk Live is premiering October 1st, New York City. Just look at the websites, www.korenzander.com/KTalk. And of course, you know, it's going to list the schedule in there, and hopefully I'll get to see you guys at the classes. And then for more information of the classes, there's also a classes tab in there that's going to briefly tell you what the classes are being offered during the seminar. So hopefully I'll get to see you guys in one of the cities, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm really, really excited because I love educating. And until then, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.